Hello my babies, welcome back to another video. In this video today, we're gonna talk a little bit about intuitive eating. A lot of you that clicked on this video might be thinking, is she gonna throw punches? Is she gonna take shots at Greg? Well, the answer is no, absolutely not. First of all, Greg is my father, and you respect your parents, kids. So Greg made a video about 6 days ago, about a week ago. The video is called Intuitive Eating, Getting People Fatter Than Last Time. When I first saw that, I was like, uh-oh, because a couple days previous to him posting this video, I posted a video about intuitive eating. I was like, well, this will be interesting. I watched it and I have some opinions about it that I'm going to share. First of all, when I searched this video on YouTube, I came across another video from Greg called Intuitive versus Mindful Eating from 4 months ago. So what did I do? Well, I'm not a moron, so I watched it first to see what he had to say in that video. And now that I have more context, just stick around, folks, because I'm gonna give my input on intuitive eating and just tell you guys my thoughts. And if you're new here, I'm Mama Swole. I make videos about fitness, mental health, and a bunch of other fun shit. I'm a certified exercise physiologist, have my bachelor's in exercise science, and I'm a former nationally qualified bikini competitor. All that is such a flex, right? Gotta flex on you guys for a second, just to kind of give you guys a background about myself. And now that you know me a little bit, I'd like to get to know you a little bit. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, baby. Join the Swole Squad. Let's get into it, shall we? First, let me just say that I will admit that I always saw intuitive eating and mindful eating as the same thing. I kind of always used that interchangeably, but I guess apparently it's not the same thing, because according to his video Intuitive versus Mindful Eating, they're a bit different. I also find it interesting that we have to label how we eat. Like, we can't just eat. No, there has to be a name for how we eat. We can't just be like normal human beings and consume food. I always considered how I eat intuitive eating and mindful eating. I always considered it both, because I eat when I'm hungry, and when I'm satisfied, I stop eating. And I also make smart choices. If I'm gonna choose between an apple and a candy bar, I'm probably gonna pick the apple because it has a lot more nutritional value, right? So that's just kind of how I eat in a nutshell. With that being said, let's check out what Greg has to say about intuitive eating, and let's see if I agree or disagree with him.
Coach Greg, and today we're going to be going over an article about intuitive eating, the non-diet that lets you eat anything you want. Well, I want to do this diet, don't you? I want to eat everything I want. Pizza, ice cream, garlic fingers, you name it, I want to eat it. Evelyn Chabot and Elise Reich described it as a journey of self-discovery and connection to the needs of your mind and body. Only you can be the expert on your body. It sounds like something Connor Murphy would say.
I drink my own urine for health benefits and have been for a couple months now.
With that in mind, intuitive eating asks people to explore what they like.
Nerve growth factor is the component in semen that I am really excited about.
Wait, is that stuff about the semen true? If that was true, I feel like, never mind. Let's just keep going.
With that in mind, intuitive eating asks people to explore what they like, what they don't like, and what nourishes them on a day-to-day basis. Listen, we've been doing that our entire lives. We've been intuitively eating since we're babies. We don't need to suddenly start intuitively eating again. Moving the scale isn't the goal. Well, it's a good thing because that scale's going up.
So when I first saw that, I was like, no, not necessarily, because like I said, I've been considering what I do intuitive eating for a while, and I haven't gained any weight. I've pretty much been the same way. Actually, okay, to be real with you, I barely ever weigh myself. I just don't find the point, because I'm not trying to lose or gain weight. I'm kind of happy with where I'm at. So when I first saw that, like I said, I was like, I disagree, but now that I've watched the other video, you'll see. Let's just keep watching.
Instead of weight management, the goal of intuitive eating is to help people get as fat as they freaking can. I misquoted it. Instead of weight management, the goal of intuitive eating is to get you fatter than last time. Sorry, my brain, it just thinks in advance.
He's funny.
Instead of weight management, the goal of intuitive eating is to free up brain space.
That's such a weird way to word it. What do you mean? What does that even mean? Free up brains? What does that mean?
Are these people morons? They have no space in their brains, so by eating whatever you want, apparently it frees up more brain space. At first, people who start intuitive eating may find themselves tempted by everything. Well, that's okay, because that desire to eat everything in sight goes away pretty quick.
I don't know about that. That doesn't even really make sense. I don't agree that the urge to eat everything would go away.
When you can't have something, you crave it. Guess what? When I can have something, I crave it too. I don't only crave things I can't have. I crave things I want.
That's true, but see, I just feel like this article that he's reading from is written pretty poorly. He's right, you crave what you can have too, but I think what they should have said is when you can't have something, you want it more, because that's fact. I think we all feel that way, not just about food, about anything. For some reason, our human brains are built that way to want what we can't have. What I'm realizing now watching this video a second time is that I just really disagree with this article. Not so much that I disagree with Greg. Whoever wrote it could have used much better words. Like, I'm still on this. Free up brain space. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Why not just exercise balance? Why not say, I want pizza, I'll just eat a healthier pizza? Why not say, I'm craving ice cream and have healthier ice cream, protein ice cream, where you can lift it over your head in the blender? Anabolic protein ice cream. So all these cravings that you're having, give yourself permission to eat them, but a healthier alternative.
I totally agree with him, but also I think that having your cravings in moderation is okay, depending on who you are. Honestly, what this all really comes down to is who you are, what your goal is, your weight, your knowledge of nutrition, all that shit, you know?
It's okay to go nuts at first because ultimately you're collecting data on what your body likes and doesn't like. Shocking, my body discovered that it likes pizza and doesn't like salad. It prefers having ice cream than carrots. Yeah, I need to intuitively to discover
See,
that.
that's what I mean. Like, who wrote this article, bro? Like, what? I think we already know. I think almost everybody already knows what their body likes and doesn't like.
Don't worry, be happy. Well, that's a great song, but it doesn't apply to eating. It should be, worry, you're gonna die of a heart attack if you keep doing what you're doing. Put the freaking fork down, get off your ass and move. Burn some calories, do some cardio. Stop the fat acceptance. Oh, I accept I'm gonna die of a heart attack in 10 years. Is that the advice you want? Of course you want it. Just love your body intuitively.
Okay, wait, so I have to say this really fast. What do you do if you love your car? You wash it, you take care of it, make sure it has oil changes and all that shit. The same goes for yourself and for your body. If you love yourself and your body, you take care of it, you eat healthy foods, you work out. I just 100% don't believe that you can love yourself without taking care of yourself. That makes no fucking sense. That's like if you say you love your dog and you feed it chocolate, you don't love your dog because chocolate is terrible for your dog. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? That really burns my toast, man. Really grinds my gears when people think that loving yourself and taking care of yourself don't go hand in hand, because they completely do.
You need to not give your body what it wants and only give it what it needs. The diet it needs is one that it can follow for the rest of your life, that keeps the cravings at bay and makes you satisfied. You're not starving anymore. You feel good and allows you to be at a healthy weight. Not shredded, not single-digit body fat, not a six-pack of abs, something manageable that will ward off cardiovascular disease. You know, things to help you live a long and healthy life. Not only a longer life, but a better quality of life as well. If you want some help, get my cookbook.
Okay, so like I said, now that I have more context, I agree with Greg, and this article is kind of shit. A lot more context needs to be given. If you don't know anything about nutrition and you are overweight, your health is in danger. Intuitive eating is going to be a terrible idea for you because you're not really aware of what you're consuming. You don't even know what's in what you're eating. For example, this is just a hypothetical. If someone asks me, is a donut protein? There's people out there that legit don't know that. People don't know what the macros are of what they're eating or what the calories are of what they're eating, because the education on nutrition is lacking. It's lacking big time. Also, I think that if you're overweight, you're going to be used to eating a lot. So that could be obviously negative for somebody, because they could be used to eating a ton of food and be like, oh, well, I'm eating till I'm satisfied, so it's okay. Some people eating till they're satisfied is overeating. The same honestly goes for people with eating. Or can I not say that? Will YouTube demonetize me? Probably will. Because I remember when I was going through a binge, I could eat a lot. If you guys have never seen my video, I suggest you go check it out. But if you would have told me back then to just eat until I was satisfied, that's the thing. I was never satisfied. Definitely the moral of the video is everything is circumstantial. So I think we should watch his video now about intuitive versus mindful eating so we can learn what the difference is. And we can get educated today, kids.
Let's first look at intuitive eating. Intuitive eating has been around since the beginning of time, okay? We have always intuitively ate. You are born, you eat. It was actually first coined, however, in 1995 by two registered dietitians who said, hey, let's call this an actual thing, intuitive eating.
Facts.
So people who are sick and tired of dieting, because let's face it, 95% of diets don't work. So intuitive eating is kind of like the opposite of actually being on a diet. It's like the anti-diet.
That's probably appealing for a lot of people, not being on a diet, but I definitely am not against diets. I think that if you are morbidly obese, then yeah, you probably are gonna need to diet to be healthy. I don't think the goal of a diet though should ever be to be dieting forever. That's just not happening.
Well, if you're 400 pounds and you're intuitively eating, well, it's not working for you now, is it? If you're intuitively eating and you look amazing, keep intuitively eating. Problem with intuitive eating is that the world has changed, okay? Back in the old days, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, you had to go out and hunt, you had to plant your own food. Intuitively eating allowed us to survive, but in today's society, we have an abundance of food, and not only is it food, it's usually highly processed food, abundance of calories, and made in such a way and cleverly advertised to us to make us want too much of it. So we are brainwashed into not knowing how to intuitively eat. So if you're intuitively eating right now and it's not working for you, time to start something different. What else could you try? Mindful eating. Mindful eating is being aware of the foods that you're eating, the calories they provide, the nutrition inside the food, and what it does to you when you eat it.
Everything he just said is exactly how I eat.
It's just knowing about food and using that information to go through life. We're all born with a zero knowledge on nutrition. When I was a baby, I didn't know what protein was, carbs, calories, nothing.
So that's the point. Like, some people don't know any of that at all because they have no knowledge about nutrition. So obviously you need to learn that first in order to do this. Because I believe that this is like a transition. Because like I said, you can't diet forever. It's not sustainable. So I think that if you're overweight, you diet down to a weight that you're happy at and that you can sustain. Then after you've dieted, if you've tracked calories, you've tracked macros, you know how much of what you should eat, you know what you should eat because you know what's in what you're eating, then you're able to do mindful eating and live a happier, healthier life.
So for you right now out there, okay, if you're not able to lose weight, what I suggest you do is learn as much as you possibly can about food. The more you know, the more knowledge you gain about food, the better you'll be able to mindfully eat. So technically, there are no bad or good foods, technically, like in the sense of you're not going to hell or heaven based on the foods that you eat.
Yeah, you eat a donut, you're going to hell, straight to hell.
But some foods are better for you than others to lose weight. Most of you, it's going to take years to become a mindful eater. It didn't happen overnight. You're gonna learn and learn and learn. And watching all of my videos, that's certainly going to help.
Yeah, that's so true. It took me years to get to where I am right now. You have to be patient, man. It's a process that definitely requires hella patience.
All you need to do is be comfortable in your own skin. Usually, whatever your dream physique is versus where you are now, halfway to that goal is often enough. That's usually all you need to do to be happy.
Yeah.
And if you're not happy from that, it's not going to change from the exterior. You have to feel amazing on the inside in there.
Final thoughts. Like I said, when I first saw that video, I was like, for once I don't agree with my doctor. This is very strange. This is very rare occasion. But now that I've learned there's a difference between mindful and intuitive eating, I realized we were on the same page all along. Like, me and Doc, simpatico. I'm with him, man. If you want to change your physique or just get healthier, you gotta learn some shit about nutrition. And you gotta eat mindfully. You can't just be like, I think I'll get an extra large soda from McDonald's today. Like, bro, you don't need that. Nobody needs that. You know, he said before that sometimes maybe you think, oh, I want to be like 4% body fat and have a six-pack and all that shit. But then I don't think that a lot of people realize what it takes to actually get there. Whenever I competed, that was like my dream physique, but I was absolutely miserable. I learned that the physique I have right now, I'm very happy with, and I'm happy with how I maintain it, which is mindful eating. It's something that's super sustainable. I would love for so many more people to be able to mindfully eat and not feel like they constantly have to diet or constantly do the opposite of dieting and eat way too much, like the first article suggests. Really what it comes down to is, I think, your health. I really think it's about your health and your mental health as well. I'm always going to promote the message on this channel of living a healthy lifestyle and obviously happy lifestyle. Everybody should take the steps that they need to take in order to get there. I think that definitely has to do with learning more about nutrition if you feel like you don't know enough. And Greg, if you're watching, love you, Dad. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to join the Swole Squad, leave a comment below about your thoughts, your feelings, and tell me what you guys do, like what style of eating you do, because like I said, nobody can just eat. We have to label how we eat. So leave that in the comments below. If you guys would like to support me on Patreon for just $2 a month, the link is in the description. Shout out my patrons, I love you guys so much. And if you'd like to support me on Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, link is also in the description. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good ass day. And the Swole comment of the day is this comment right here. For a chance to be featured in the next Swole comment of the day, make sure you leave a comment below.